Points were made.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I say, and if you're good at this, Q, like if you can read the chart, bro, this will match up perfectly with your genealogy. Because not only that, you can know your family, your grandparents' genealogy too. Like, because I don't say that it's not real. I just say I don't give a fuck about it. I
Yeah.
truly, it don't really matter to me because the way I look at it is like I'm I work on myself because I look at the first two laws of nature. Treat others how you want to be treated, and do for others what you would want done for
Okay,
you.
but look, okay,
So,
boom.
which
I feel you,
right?
but what I'm saying is, you do you see, even myself, I'm extremely vulnerable with myself and people around me. It's like I gave the example earlier. If you got a knot on the back of your neck, you can't see that knot on the back of your neck. You need somebody else to observe and be like, "Hey, baby," or "No homo." But hey, you got a knot on the back of your neck. What I'm trying to explain to him is that with your ego, if you just try to heal yourself based off of you observing yourself and you don't get any assistance or allow something else, and for me that something else was astrology. That was how I took an inner look at myself and did shadow work, real shadow work, because the astrology isn't going to lie to you. The astrology is going to show you all of your demons, all of your flaws, all of your where you're not being considerate, and it helped me understand myself on a deeper level, so that way I could show up in reality and I could check certain aspects of myself. For instance, when I was younger, I used to be real goofy, right? I used to play the class clown role because I was smarter than everybody. It wasn't until I realized, oh, I have a Virgo moon and I'm a Libra and I have a fucking Scorpio ascendant and my fucking Mars is in Leo. It wasn't until I started getting into my astrology that I started really understanding myself and realizing like, oh, I'm not actually goofy. Actually, I'm smarter than these people, and I'm just playing the goofy role because I don't know myself. So astrology allowed me to know myself more, so then I could come into spiritual teacher mode versus just being class clown. So I went from
Now I
jester
agree. I
to
mean,
teacher
yeah, I don't.
based off of me
I look
knowing
at
myself in astrology.
now. I think astrology is very helpful. I'm not gonna say that it's not. I never tell people that it ain't real because you can't fake the universe. Like you know what I'm saying. You can't fake the
Yeah,
stars because you ain't
because you
created
I'm
them.
gonna ask, I'm
you
Like,
gonna
might
ask
be
but
a
you
look,
like a
but check this
Scorpio
generic
out. But
question.
look,
and
look.
not
But
know
this is
how
the
you really feeling.
contradiction.
You really want to
But
cry,
Q,
but you
but
keep
Q,
lashing
look,
out in
Q, but
anger because
look,
you don't realize you're really emotional inside, and
but look, Q, but look,
astrology will tell you that.
but this the contradiction in it though. This the contradiction in it because look,
Mhm,
um, so if you can't choose what stars are created and what
mhm.
star is basically you can't pick your predecessors. So would you say that the universe and the stars before you born is your predecessors?
I mean, I- you're ethereal noon. I feel like I'm more spiritually in tune to you, but you're earth sign, so I feel you. But for me, I don't get too caught up in the
Why
physical
would you think you more
because
spiritual than me?
you just like you have physical predecessors, you have a spiritual predecessors.
Right.
You might have been a dolphin in your last lifetime, but you clinging on to humans. Your last lifetime, you might have actually been like a fucking
Hold
dolphin
on,
or
I got
eagle
something
or some
for all of
shit,
that. I got something for all of
and
that.
you don't know
Let me
what the
just
hell.
say,
You might have actually been you might have been in a what they call, you might have been an atmosphere. When you're
But
atmosphere,
those,
that means
but
you're
that's
a
what I'm saying.
whole
But
reason.
those are guesses. I don't want to guess my life, so I'm not gonna worry about what I was before because I don't know that. So ain't no point in focusing on that.
Yeah.
So, but this is my point. If astrology is important. It's
Hmm.
very important because you can't pick what existed before you. You
Hmm.
don't. You can't choose that. You can't choose what planet you want to be born on,
Hmm.
what star you want to be aligned. You don't even pick your astrology.
Hmm.
So which means that you just have to accept what's on your chart. Just
Yeah.
like you gotta accept your ancestors. So
Yeah.
we
For
can't
sure.
that's what I'm saying. So I think that's why. Then this is why I told you genealogy is the highest form of spirituality because even when it comes to genealogy,
I don't think so though,
that's even
Ethereal. I ain't
to
gonna
me.
cap.
No, that's higher than astrology though.
Not
You
really.
know,
How?
yeah,
How?
because no, because see, that's the thing. You know yourself by your chart, right? Boom.
Mm.
But you can still be lost without if you don't know who your people is. See, you can never be lost when you know who your people is. So even if you
Kinda.
don't know your astrology,
Man,
look, if you know your people and not astrology, you're still good. But if you know astrology and you don't know your people, you're lost.
Do you know the
Yeah,
phrase in the Bible where it says, "I knew you
kinda.
before you were born"?
Why
You
you
said
say
what? I knew
kinda?
you before you were born.
So
Jeremiah.
when
Hmm.
when Jeremiah speaks about, I knew you who you were before you were born." They were talking about the stars,
So I
and when
formed you in the womb. Yeah.
that's why astrology is important. The problem is Western astrology, they worship the creations rather than the creator. This is
I
why I
feel
say
like
you got to know
genealogy is
all
the
the styles.
creation. I feel like that's going more into like a satanic, because Satan is worship the
But
flesh. I feel like that's a more
Wait,
fleshly
genealogy is
existence.
like,
satanic?
so
Low
listen,
key,
But I think
low
y'all
bro.
key,
missing what Saint's
Nah,
saying.
more
he
Listen to
not
satanic
wrong.
listen
than
to
He
what
not
he's
wrong
than
saying.
though.
godly.
He not wrong because my astrology journey took me from all the highs to all the lows. There is a specific arrangement in astrology that deals with deacons. Deacons are demons. And so, what a lot of people don't understand is when you read the story of King Solomon and how he was able to unlock the keys, the lesser keys, and all
Mhm.
that, that dealt with astrology. But what people don't understand is he was dealing with the supervisors of the stars. So, a lot of people
Hmm.
don't know that astrology, this is why you have that conflict between Christians and everybody else, where it comes from, where you're not supposed to worship the stars, you're not supposed to study astrology and all that. This is what they're talking about because a lot of people they end up worshiping just like they worship angels in Catholicism. They end up worshiping the creations rather than the creator. There is a dark side to astrology. If
But
you don't
listen,
know the
listen, listen.
rules and you don't
That
understand,
comes from restricting other people from knowing astrology. Because boom,
fact.
watch this. Imagine, and then like I was telling them at once, I don't know who I was talking to. I know Ethereal was on the line, and I think you was on the line too, Heavy. But when I say with Masons and the Moors, if you wasn't a mason or a Moor, you were a slave, or you had to either be a king, or you was in royalty, or you was a skilled laborer. But other than that, you was just a slave. So of course, a slave, if they had somebody like Jesus that was walking around and he was a healer and he studied with the Gnostics and learned how to do alchemy and learn how to do astrology and learn how to be a healer, he was a god amongst the humans and the slaves. He was seen as a god.
This is
Just like
why I don't
celebrities,
teach
just like we worship
astrology. But
celebrities
But
today,
But
that's
wait,
the
but
same
how is
thing.
how
see,
is genealogy satanic?
I was
no,
saying that I
genealogy is
was
not
saying that that's
satanic.
real spiritual the way I say it, not literally satanic like how you see like Satan, but I say that because it's the flesh. You worshiping the flesh
No,
man,
that's
not the
not
spirit man.
genealogy ain't got nothing to do with worship.
No, what
What are
I'm
you
saying
talking
is you're
about?
you're you're putting a lot of emphasis on the flesh man versus your spirit
Because
man. The whole point of
you put emphasis on that because again, think about this. You got to think about this. First of all, look at the cycle we living in. People around here calling themselves black because they don't know who they are. So what do you? So has that? You got to look at what's the most important for the cycle that you in. Because for instance, if you got water and no food, food is a
Mhm,
necessity more than water is because you got water.
mhm.
So it's not about understanding what's more because there's some. th- Everything is equal until it's a certain cycle that you in that you may need something more than the other, but they both could be essential. Like astrology and genealogy are both essential, but what's more important right now? A nigga to know
I
they
would
moon
say what
rising or
how do
for
you
them to
use
know
it?
they family.
Let me know
You
though.
know what I'm
But watch
saying?
this though. Watch this.
Like,
Watch this though. Okay, I'm with you. I promise I'm with you. But so you and this is what I like what Heavy said the other day about me being a Seminole. I need to tap into that because they have wealth. So how do I use it? I'm about usefulness. How? Because I use astrology because it helps me do shadow work and it helps me let other people know where they might not know themselves as much as they think they know themselves. They might be narcissists and they might not realize why they're narcissists, but they might have a moon in fucking Scorpio and not even know that's why they're
but
narcissists.
it's not even always just about that either. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
what if they parents is a
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
narcissist? What if
no-brainer.
they
No,
grandparent was a
but
narcissist? Like,
astrology breaks all that down. But like I said, I'm not
but
discrediting
if
genealogy.
astrology exists, okay, but see, this the thing. This what you missing. If astrology controls humans to a certain degree, then that will mean your predecessors carries can pass down they charts to their people,
But
Let me
how do
break
you
down what you're saying.
right?
this is not
Let
me
me
saying
let me
it
let me break
doesn't.
down what y'all saying
But
because I get
how
what
do
you're
you
saying. I
use that?
get it.
what I'm saying is,
I
how
get
do
it.
you
I
use
get
that
what you're
right
saying.
now? Let's say, boom, you took a random brother off the streets, right? A young brother, he's trying to figure out life. He's trying to survive in society. You tell him who his great 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 grandmother is. What does he do with that?
Because okay, I'm gonna tell you what it does. Because think about this, right? If you gotta understand, I don't think you understand it. Like you gotta realize that we grew up thinking that we was African, and that's not the
Mm.
case. We grew up in these school systems telling us that our story is in Africa. Do you not know how damaging that is? So you got see, I don't. You got see. The thing is that we're so used to this now that we're not looking at how bad it is because we used to it. You know
I
how
know where I was
terrible it
at
is to
when I
tell.
peeped
Look, think
that.
about this. Imagine telling a sunflower, right,
Mm.
that naturally grew in America, and you told them, "No, bro, you was transported over here from another place." So
Yeah,
whole time you looking somewhere else for what you deserve or what's rightfully yours, because it ain't
yeah.
entitlement. Whatever your ancestors had, that's what you had. That's what belongs to you. It's not entitlement is thinking that you deserve something that you haven't earned, but
Hmm.
this is inherited wealth
Hmm.
that you might have.
But
How
that,
you
how do
gonna
you
get
use
that?
that? That's why
You
I
got
think
okay.
we need
Let me
to shift the
explain it. So
conversation to is how do we now tap into that? That's why I like the Moors. That's why I was fucking with the Moors when I first got woke and shit, and I got hip to the Moor shit because they
yeah, they
was
fucked
doing the
your head up.
Adobe. Listen, they was doing the Adobe releases. I was with these brothers and they was signing off houses. Basically, they was writing up the contracts and they was going to these houses and being like, "Nah, I'm a native. This my shit." This my land, and they was able to hand them paperwork and get the. I seen them do this shit and get the house, and niggas lived there. They took the house back based off of their
That
name. Now that was
right.
powerful. Now when you use genealogy like that, then okay,
Well,
that's
not necessarily.
attractive.
No, no. Well, no, no, not necessarily, because for one, those people got to prove that what you can only do that if that land or that house or whatever that land was that your ancestors lived there. They probably telling y'all that no, we doing it just by telling them they got to leave because we the
Nah,
natives.
it's deep.
No,
It's
that's
real
probably
deep. Look up Asir
no.
the
That's what
Deer
I'm
of Tooth.
saying. They look,
The
look. This
Deer
is
of
the thing.
Tears, Duke of Tears. That nigga cold with the shit. He'll show you how to do the Asir the Duke of Tears. I'm sure y'all heard of him. If you haven't, you need to do some more studying on Moors. That nigga got some knowledge. And he kicks some real good shit. He'll teach you how to take a lot of power, like driving without a license. The Moors was the first person that brought me the information that you can travel all over the world and just say you're traveling. I'm not driving. I'm traveling in my spiritual vessel. I'm a spiritual being. That's how the laws was initially written in this land where we were the spiritual vessel. So they were the first people to say, "No, I'm not driving. I'm traveling, and you don't need no
Right,
license. I'm a spirit being.
right. But I
You can
wouldn't,
fly
I
like
wouldn't,
that."
I wouldn't say they the first. I would say that they
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 made it
was the
mainstream.
loudest ones. They was the loudest. They was the
So,
loudest ones because
so,
when you looking at when you look at the Supreme Court rulings, they've been ruled that you didn't need a license to drive. Niggas just don't
so you're
read. That's all
basically
it
saying
is.
they know how to operate within the framework of the law.
So let
Exactly.
me
That's
break
it.
that
It
down.
makes it
That's
Let me break
all.
that
useful.
down.
It's that.
But
That's the only
but
way
now
it's
watch this.
useful.
Cause he right. Heavy
That's
is
the only
right.
way
Let me
it's
break that down.
useful. How else is it
When y'all are
useful?
No
dealing
no
with
no
astrology,
but
go ahead. Go
just hear
ahead.
what I'm saying. They're teaching you how to operate within the framework of the law. But if I am truly a sovereign being,
Mhm.
I am not adhering to your law. But if you're keeping me in the paradigm to where I have to adhere to the law, I am not practicing sovereignty. I'm not.
Mhm.
I can't be because
Yeah.
you're still making me adhere to the law. I still have to uphold your laws. I still have to recognize your
Mhm.
law as the standard in which I
Hmm.
must live by. So by default, I cannot be sovereign.
Exactly.
I can't.
Well, it's not even
But
about
but
the point
what
being.
are you
It, the,
using to
being
gain
sovereign is
that
not the
power
way
if
it's
you're
being a
not doing the way the Moors
non-citizen.
are doing it?
But
So
this is the
check it
thing.
out. Check it out.
It's not about
All
being sovereign
astrology.
yourself.
Listen. Remember, Western astrology. Y'all gotta understand. I brought up the point of I knew you before you were born for a reason. When you're born, you get pricked at the bottom of your foot. They check your blood
They take your
and they check
soul.
the time you were born and they check all of your astrology. The surface level of the ego deals with Western astrology. All of that right there, if you follow that, you're literally an NPC. What Heavy is saying basically is you're adhering to the law that they want you to adhere to. This is why I
Basically.
teach differently. I don't teach the sun rising or the moon. I teach the Chiron, the Lilith, and the North Node. And the reason why I teach that is because that deals with the soul man, not the flesh. It deals with the soul.
We talking about law right
Most
now,
of
though.
Western
How do we
astrology.
use that out? Because they trying to make it physical.
So I'm
So
I'm
how do
I'm
we use
I'm gonna
that
tell
in
you why.
physical reality?
I'm gonna show you why. Lilith deals with everything that you're going to deal with in your life and why you do it. It deals with the sin. It literally deals with what they claim is sin. Chiron is the healer. If you know your history about Chiron and the Greeks, so the order that I teach is you're supposed to learn your Lilith placement, then your Chiron, and once you master those two, then you move on to your North Node. The reason why you move on to your North Node, that's who your future is. Your South Node is your past life, which you're dealing with in the present. So I'm an Aquarius North Node, I'm a Leo South Node. Niggas can't understand why I don't want fame, why I don't want to be in front of the camera. Because I know my past life and I died in my past life. I was murdered by my best friend. This is why I stayed to myself, I stayed working alone. But once I started figuring out these little codes, you got to understand if they taught us everything they wanted us to know and they wanted us to free ourselves, why would they teach us this shit? The shit that they taught us is the trap. So you have to reverse the shit. So whenever I hear the zodiac shit, I teach people what are they telling you to do? And they'll tell me what they're telling them to do. And I say, do the opposite. When they do the opposite, the shit works. When they do what they're told, they end
Do
up in
you
fucked up
follow the moon
situations.
placements? Like right now, I think the moon's in Libra and sun's in
I follow all of
Virgo
that.
some
I
shit.
got the apps. I be telling everybody the apps and everything. But you know, it's I'm not famous. I'm not public. But I'm not supposed to be. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do
I'm a
behind the
Leo
scenes,
South.
Captain.
I'm a Leo South Node. You feel me? So being a Leo South Node, that's what
Damn,
I
heavy went.
did in my past, and it was about
Hey,
fame
son,
and
rock
shit.
him up.
So
Shit,
I
I was gonna say
actually
everybody come up.
represent higher learning, being a Sagittarius. But like I told you before, I don't go off of the Western calendar. I don't go off the Roman calendar. I don't even go off the 12-month cycle. I go off the 13th moon cycle. So the reason why I asked you in the very beginning of the last live was, do you teach them from conception or do you teach them from birth? Because conception deals with the indigenous. And the
Mm-hmm.
conception calendar that I deal with is the kin, the galactic signature. That's the Mayan calendar. You see what
Mm.
I'm saying? When you understand your actual tone that was emitted the moment that your father ejaculated and you know the kin number, that right there alone will put you ahead of everybody because you don't understand the order. Everybody's teaching astrology, but
How
that's
you
not the
find
first
that though? A
order.
lot of people not gonna know when they dad first nutted in their mom. I guess you can just trace back 9 months from when you came out. I guess so. Is that how you do it? You just trace back, but then
So
the
no,
time
I
not
don't
gonna be
trace back
exact
nine
though.
months. I trace back. I put in the same information when you were born, but I put it in the Mayan calendar calculator, and it goes automatically to the 13th moon calendar.
Let me
When
see,
you
cause
do that, you get
I'm
a
always
kin
looking to
number
turn my
or a
shit up.
frequency. You get a kin frequency. That number that you get has a resonant tone. Heavy will vouch for this. He always said sound and tone were the first languages, right? So when you understand the tone that you came in, you also understand the frequency that you came in. The moment that you start dealing with astrology, you're dealing with the flesh, the body. And what he said earlier, where it's like, but I'm not the body, I'm more than that. When you follow the zodiac, you're following the script of what they want you to follow. This is why most people that follow it, it's never accurate because they're only following one side of the brain. You have to follow not just the Western, but you have to follow the Vedic and the
How you
Canadian.
put the Mayan calendar and how you search it up on the Mayan calendar? I typed in the Mayan calendar, it just showed me the
So
Mayan
my
calendar.
website that I go to is the 13th law of time. When you understand the law of time, it teaches you what they hidden and what they like took away from our people. And you start to understand what the indigenous meant. You remember when 2012 when they said it was supposed to be the end of the world?
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
was
I
a
remember
reason for
that.
that.
That was just the end of the age of the Pisces. We was going
It
into
wasn't even the
Aquarius.
age of a Pisces because we're not in the age of Aquarius. We won't be in the age of Aquarius for a couple hundred years. A lot of people think we're in the age of Aquarius. We're not there yet. But if you want to go off of that logic, which most people do, I can accumulate to that. So I can
Wait,
move to that.
wait.
I can
You the
adapt to
web
that.
is the website called Foundation for the Law of Time,
Yes, that's the one. Y'all
the
need to
Moon
read that
13
shit.
Moon calendar?
Y'all
This
really
shit,
need to read that shit because you got it breaks down
this
the
shit right
sun
here, ain't
spell
it?
or the gnosis spell. When you start going into that and you understand the
Hey,
gnosis
this shit right
spell,
here.
you understand what they did. Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
When you understand what they did, then you'll understand the programming. This was all programmed. They want you to follow the zodiac for a reason because they follow the zodiac. Y'all got to understand
And then
Kabbalah
and
magic
then they ain't even using all of the constellations.
facts.
Yeah,
They took
exactly.
out Ophiuchus. I know I tell y'all I'm a Sagittarius, but I know for my own sake, I'm an Ophiuchus,
They
bro.
gave you 12 constellations.
There's
Look up there.
13.
How many
There's
stars you
actually
see?
more than 13. You know what I'm saying? And they're
Exactly.
fixed.
Yeah, my
They're
life.
fixed for a
12. They
reason.
gave you 12 and it's a whole universe.
Come on.
Come on,
You see
I
man.
what I'm
always
saying? So
said that
like it's
too.
like
Even
I
and,
get
and
it
look,
when
this
you're
the thing.
studying the
You
basics.
gotta also look at the long term zodiac because the universe has a zodiac too, based
Yes.
on large,
Yeah, hell
based
yeah.
on million year cycles. Because you got million year cycles compared to a human cycle, which is days, months, and years, but the universe go by millions, billions, and trillions. So it's a long term zodiac that you gotta look at as well. So yeah, it's a lot into this stuff.
People
I ain't
can't
gonna lie.
understand why I'm so accurate, but the reason why I'm so
This is
accurate is
why I
because
say,
I
and
don't
this is
stick
why
with
I
just the
asked
weapon.
him, because y'all going down the rabbit hole that I was gonna go when I asked, do you why adhere to this one over, everything else? Because I don't it's definitely incomplete, right? It's not giving you the fullness of the scope of things, right?
Right.
But then the limit, it's really limiting you in your
Right.
life experiences. It's a limit. It's a limitation of the physical being. Because if we're going to say that we're made up of the stars, we're literally made up of the stars. Why am I going to limit myself to 12 constellations?
Yeah.
To 12? It doesn't make sense to me.
Most people don't
And
even know we have
honestly,
three
For me, like
suns,
I
look,
bro.
said, for
and
me, the
that's
way
We
I
why.
have
use it
three
is,
suns
it
to
just
follow.
this work. It worked, and it's more than enough information for you to like take it. Just your top three is enough information for you to take it
And the
and
reason
be a
why
better
I
person
accept that and
tomorrow.
I understand that is because you said that astrology helps you with trauma. That's what helped me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Real
there's
shit.
things that I will never get answers for that God himself or herself had to show me through following the stars. Once I
Hmm.
started following the stars and understanding what these principles were, I didn't just keep the basics because I also had to understand they weaponized this shit against us. Kabbalah, I studied that. So when you study the Kabbalah and you study the Hebrews, they use the stars. How much you want to bet? I'm telling you right now. Watch this election
Yeah,
shit.
they
Align it
kidnap
with the
and kill
numbers in
certain kids
numerology.
Sure.
based
So
on
there's
their
an order
chart.
to this shit. There's an order to this shit. I don't start with astrology. I teach people the galactic kin. Then I go into numerology. Then I go into astrology. Astrology is the
What's
last
everybody life
part.
path number? Everybody know their life path number in here?
I'm a 33.
See, I'm not. See, like
But
that's what I'm saying.
it really don't mean shit because that
What
just
the
means
No,
your
heck?
like
Go
math is
ahead,
self.
bro. Where you? What's your life path? Don't be.
no, I'm just saying. But okay. What is the origins of life path numbers?
Facts. Where'd it come from? Who started that shit?
I don't know. I just know mine,
No,
and
no,
and
okay,
I'm
so
I'm a
do
life
do
path
your watch
These
it.
eight,
are
and that
Okay,
means
questions
I'm
you
the
do
have to
CEO.
ask.
I'm
do
the biggest
yourself
boss.
do
That's all
yourself
I
a
know.
favor. Do yourself a favor. Look up the origins of life path numbers.
All right, fuck
Go
it.
ahead.
I
Because I
got the
bet you
big
it ain't a
computer
black
right
person.
here. Shit, I'm
I
looking up
guarantee you it's not
everything.
a
Yeah,
black
go
person.
look it up.
All
The
right,
stars
bet.
are also present, or even metaphorical ones. Hey, Malad, you're not wrong. I told you, you're not
And I'm
wrong.
gonna tell you 100% facts. Your ancestors didn't deal with life path numbers.
Facts.
They had other
Y'all
shit though.
niggas
They had
follow an
other spiritual
individual
But,
systems.
sun
the, but,
rock.
the,
But that's my
This
but
whole
nigga
what's
thing
the
said
about the
other
sun
Native
rock.
shit? See,
American shit
you're
though,
saying the other
or the
shit,
American
but
Indian.
what is the other
Look, watch
shit?
this though. That's my only thing about the American Indian thing though. We lost a lot of our spiritual system. You might know because you're still connected to your tribe, but
Right.
we as a culture in America have lost a lot of. We don't nobody know no Native American spiritual system or American Indian spiritual
That's
system.
not true though. That's not
That's
true.
not
Your
that, I was gonna
average
say that's
person
not
That's
true.
doesn't
not
know
true.
that.
Sage
I
Like,
have
hey, look,
never heard
Q,
not
just
one
mentioned to
Q,
person
you,
Q. Hold
right?
up,
in my
Q,
whole
Q,
life talk about
Q,
nothing
Q,
about I'm a Native
Q,
American.
Q. No, 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 Q. Because this is the thing they're telling you. because they're lying to you. You grew up in American Indian culture your entire life. You just don't know it.
I went to
From
Salem.
what?
Salem is a Seminole. My mascot was a damn Indian, and I went to Memorial. That was both Indians.
No, I'm
Literally,
talking
I'm in
about.
this shit,
Okay,
so
Salem,
I
I'm
Washington.
know
talking
it.
about from a. Did you get whoopings?
Yeah,
That's Indian shit. Go get that branch
I thought
off
that
the
was slave
tree. That's
master
Indian
shit.
shit.
Nah,
Huh?
see,
That's
That's
not
not
slave
they.
master
That's
shit.
what I'm saying. They're trying to flip it. That's not no slave master stuff. You got your ass whooped by Big Mama. If you weren't in line, what do you like
Yeah.
cousins?
But
Even if you
okay,
wasn't her
okay, but
kid, you getting your ass
what's
whooped.
our
If you,
traditions though? Like, what's our traditions? Do we do the
that's what I'm
drums?
saying.
Is
You
that
grow
us?
up in it. Okay, let me look. Look,
Th-
you grew up in it your whole life, right? Family dinners, Sunday cook. Sunday cookers ain't really had nothing to do
That
with
pilgrim,
church.
that's
We had
pilgrim
that
shit
before
though. From my
church,
understanding, that
huh?
Thanksgiving they poison us in Thanksgiving with the bread and the wine. That's all
No,
poison and shit.
Thanksgiving. Look, bro. No, that's not true. Thanksgiving is based on the harvest. You gotta realize Thanksgiving is right before what? Winter. You have to harvest your crops
I
in
can dig
the
it.
fall before the winter. So Thanksgiving was about giving thanks, right? Thanks to we just
not too hot.
we just
So hot.
conquered another cycle. I see this thing when you're living within nature and you looking at. See, that's the problem. Everybody keep trying to look at life from all these different perspectives when all you gotta do is look at it the way nature does,
Hold on, real
and it's
quick.
that
Facts,
simple.
Real quick,
facts. I
I pulled
agree.
up the life path number. Let me read this because it look good. They said the concept of life path number originates from ancient civilizations like the Babylonians, Egyptians, and early Indo-Aryans, who used numbers to
Show
describe
me
the
where
world
ancient
around
Egyptians
them.
talked about life path number or Babylonians.
You said what?
You can't show me anywhere where ancient Egyptians talked about life path numbers
Yes, they
or
did.
ancient
Yes, they
Babylonians.
did. Y'all don't be studying
Okay,
as
show
good
it
as
to
y'all
me.
think y'all be
Okay,
studying. Y'all really don't be
show it to
studying as
me.
good as y'all
Which
think y'all
which
be studying.
papyrus did you learn about life
But
path
don't be
numbers?
biased, Q. You just gotta
I'm
show them,
not being
show them,
biased.
show them.
My
So
first
I
name,
respect it.
I
Look,
rap too. My first
I
rap
don't
name was
mind
King
being
Komet.
wrong.
You can still my name on my
Okay,
Instagram is still King Komet.
listen, my brother. I get all of that respectfully, and I can accept my ignorance of things. So I would like for you to show me
Mhm.
where the ancient Egyptian talked about life path numbers. What papyrus? What Don't use Dendera because that's not talking about life path. Just show me to
And
where I can
I ain't gonna
see
cap.
where them or the Babylonians actually subscribe to
All right, hold
that
on. Look.
ideology.
I'm gonna just show you this. You see this tattoo?
Oh man, come
No,
on,
no, no.
bro.
Look at it. Look
Like,
at it.
what
Look
does
at
that
it. Tell me
mean?
you
What does that mean?
what
Like,
is it?
I
bro,
What is
want
it?
to.
What is this tattoo?
bro, what do you mean this
No,
tattoo?
no, but what is this
Y'all
Look
got
at
the
mine
same
and
You
look at
mean this
tattoo.
yours.
tattoo?
What is that? Let me
Y'all
see.
You
both
mean
got
this
the
tattoo?
eyes.
You
That's
mean
the
this
Eye of
tattoo?
Horus or that's the Eye of Ra?
You mean,
Is
but
that
That's
this is what
Eye
I'm
of
really
saying.
Horus or the
not.
Eye of
That's
Ra?
I'm
neither.
asking you, but see, you're
No,
moving.
look at my tattoo.
See
Look
what
at
I
my
did? I
tattoo.
asked a very simple question,
No,
and
look
now
at
I'm
my
looking at your
tattoo.
tattoo.
This is how I'm answering. Look at my tattoo. What's different? What's the difference between mine and yours?
Okay, I want you. Okay, I want to see how this correlates to you giving me the information
Okay,
from ancient
I'm
Egypt
about to
about the
take you
life
there.
path number.
So,
Okay.
so what's the difference? What's the difference between mine and yours?
Nigga said,
Tell me. What you see visually right now? What's the difference?
Different artistry. Go ahead now. Give me the meaning
All
of
right,
life
boom.
path numbers.
So yours is half of the brain. The eye of Ra is the right hemispheres of the brain. The eye of Horus is the left hemispheres of the brain. It's masculine, feminine, night and day. It's both hemispheres of the brain, and they actually, if you study, it represents the
I'm
actual inner organs. It's an actual diagram of the brain. It's the
I'm aware of
hypothalamus
that.
gland, the third eye, and the pineal in the
I'm aware
middle.
of that. Right. Pituitary.
When you
Yes.
put it
Hypothalamus.
together,
Yes.
you get
Got
the
it.
third eye. That's where crystallized vision come from because it's about having vision.
Okay. Got it.
The
Okay.
ancestors
Now
gave
walk
me
me
this.
down to the life
The
path
ancestors gave me this.
numbers.
All right. I'm tapped into the
Okay.
Akashic records. I'm enlightened. So I don't have to read to tell you that my ancestor I was there. I know
But
we
wait,
did
wait,
life path numbers. I don't
wait.
have to
Slow it down.
I don't
Hey
have
Slow it.
no
Q, bro,
paperwork.
you
I
gotta. Hey
know
Q,
from the
Slowly. Okay.
Akashic.
Wait.
you
Slow it.
gotta stop.
Crystallize
Hey
vision.
Q, you gotta
Slow it
stop
down.
guessing,
See,
bro.
I asked a very simple question, and now it's getting convoluted.
Because
Let me
you
go
asking
back
me
to the
for
question.
paperwork from a
I'm not,
civilization
no,
that
no,
was
no. But
destroyed.
you said, okay, you just read where they said that it came from them, from the ancient. So then they obviously have evidence of where it is coming from them,
Okay, okay,
right?
okay.
They can't just,
All right. They said,
or is that just an assumption?
all right, look. Okay. So they said,
I just need you to do that for me. That's all I'm saying. Walk me
The
through it.
Greek philosophers Pythagoras is widely credited for developing the most recognized system of numerology, including the
We
idea of life path numbers. So it came from Pythagoras, a Greek
What y'all
philosopher. But you
related?
know, Greeks and Romans was right there with Egypt. They got all their shit from Egypt. They learned how to
okay.
build from
So
Egyptians.
Okay.
They learned how to do everything from
but
Egypt or
once
Kemet.
again. So are you okay? So are you saying Pythagoras was talking about life path numbers now?
Yes, that's what it says right here.
Okay. Pythagoras has multitude of works. Which work can I go to where he talks
Okay.
about life path numbers?
Let's see.
Uh,
Uh, see,
I
I
can
don't
bring
know.
up just things to
I
agree
don't
with you
know,
with.
but
That's
you
not
can
the
do your
issue.
research on it. I
I'm
don't
just
feel
trying
like
to
I have to
figure out.
give you the actual documents. That's a three, four
So,
thousand dollar
okay, so
fucking paperwork. Why would I? You want me to go
okay,
research to find that?
okay. Now watch this. Okay. Watch this. Okay, so when I first started this off in the inception, if you
Mm.
would have said, "I don't have the paperwork. I don't know where to go
How I'ma
to
have?
for
They was
that,"
writing
I
on
would
scrolls
respect
and
it.
shit. How I'ma have that
But
right
wait a minute.
now?
But yet you're going to the internet, reading off this material to them about the stars. You're going to information, right? You're going to information. You're basing your information, you're getting your information secondhand, third hand, or fourth hand. Agreed?
Not really, not
Agreed?
really, not really. Now, I was with you, but now you going too far.
You
Now
didn't
you
go
going
to
too
the
far.
Akashic records to read
Now
to
you
him
going too far. Now
anything
you going
about
too far.
Saturn,
Hell no. Now
Sirius.
you going too
Uh,
far.
uh, uh. No, but I'm not going too far because I
You are
think
going too far. Listen,
you're missing my point.
listen to
Okay.
where that information came from. That information is ancient. That's been constantly passed down
Man,
generation to generation.
oh,
That hasn't been plagiarized. They can't place that information
so
comes
you're
all the
saying
way
it's
from
oral
Kemet.
tradition. You're
Huh?
saying it's oral tradition. So what
Yes,
you're
yes,
reading, that
yes, yes,
information
yes.
came from Kemet.
Very valid oral tradition because we see it's legit because I just gave Ethereal Noon a reading and he didn't completely disagree. So
Okay,
him being as
now watch
powerful as
this.
he
Well,
is,
I
Mama
didn't
if
give
Mojo,
he
a.
didn't
Well,
completely
wait,
disagree, it has some type of
hold up. I
value.
didn't.
what,
Look.
Mama
Let me tell you
Mojo,
something.
none of the stuff
Q.
that he's saying came from his heart. It came from a website.
But look.
But
This what I'm saying,
I
Q. With
interpreted it with my heart though,
Q,
and my heart is
Q. The
light as a
thing,
feather. So
but Q. The
I'm
thing
on
with the
point. You dig? I'm
that
very
wasn't
much
my
on
first
point.
time. At Q. That was my first time getting a reading. I like when people give me readings. I'm not looking to debunk it or to accept it. It like I really don't
People,
give
y'all
it.
got y'all be
He,
I
he's
don't.
doing
I
all
this.
in
don't.
different energy, but I know for a fact 'cause I've done over 100 readings that the shit is legit. All these people, not I had a girl literally 2 weeks ago pass out. I was giving her a reading. She got hot and started sweating and felt and passed out. And she was like, "Nigga, that shit was on
She
point." So
probably was
these
horny.
people not making this shit up. They not making this shit up.
It's not about that, bro. Look. This is the thing. Okay, that's look. It's cool. Everybody got their thing. You and that's cool. But my point. This is the
How
point,
you gonna
though.
try to make
But
astrology literal
look.
talking about everybody got their thing? Astrology is
That's what I'm saying.
ancient, bro.
Everybody. No. I'm
Astrology
saying
is
everybody
ancient,
do got
bro.
their thing, but you can't say. Look, this
Timeless.
is my thing though. You
Quantum.
can't like everything ain't for everybody. Like that's what you into, and that's fine. You picked your
Even if
interest.
everything ain't for everybody, everybody's still living in everything. So at the end of the day, I guess, nigga, but the sun's still gonna rise
But I'm
tomorrow.
saying,
The
okay,
moon is
but
out
no,
tonight,
that's
and it's
cool.
certain laws
That
of
look,
nature that
look,
just exist. You can't
but
the beauty. You can't. You feel me? You can't just ignore the fact that
I
life
didn't say,
exists.
look, I didn't say, look, first of all, I didn't say nothing about it. I ain't saying nothing good or bad. Like, I get it. That's what you into. But you got to understand this too, though. You got to find your family, Q. You got to find your ancestors,
You
bro.
the genealogy. Do my
Like, you
genealogy,
steady
nigga.
ducking that.
If you the genealogist, do
Look,
my
Q.
genealogy. Just like I did your astrology, do my genealogy.
All
They,
right. You got to give me
I'm not gonna say
names.
that.
You
Nope.
gotta give me names. I need names and birthdays.
All
No,
right,
I'm serious.
shit.
I can help you start off. It's not that hard. All I'm saying is that we don't need to be guessing no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes to like you saying like Egyptian stuff, man, a lot of that shit is just guessing. They
No,
like
it's not, bro. Some of
it
it is,
is, bro.
but you
Look,
can't.
that's what
Okay,
I'm
but
saying. The only thing, look, this is how we gotta start looking at it when it comes to these movements, bro. A lot of these movements was to take us away from our families. Just go back to your Q. Go home, bro. Just go back to your family. That's all, and you'll be just fine. Big Mama
I'm
got
here
you,
though. I
bro.
know
Like
my
that's
folks. I know all my family that's still alive. I
Right.
know all
That's what
my
I'm
family
saying.
on both sides.
Now go down the chart some more. You did the astrology chart. Now do your family chart.
I don't
And then
mind
guess
doing it. I
what?
just don't.
You bro,
I don't
you'll
know
be you'll
nobody that know how to do
look
it. So
look.
I'm gonna send you all my folks'
No,
names
it's
and we gonna
easy.
do it.
It's easy. Okay, I'll tell you right now. All you gotta do is go to ancestry.com, bro, and
All
type
right.
in records. You look at records, right? Type in type in your mama birthday, right? Your mama information, and then start from there. And you see who's on her record. It'll probably show who her mama and her father was.
Basically, what
And
they're trying to
boom, you
tell
start
you is to
tracing
go
from there.
deeper, bro. They're telling you to go deeper. Don't just stay with astrology. Like
No, I'm with
a
it.
lot of
Yeah,
like
exactly.
a lot of people, from what I know, when this shit started with me, we left Christianity and we ran to the first thing to fill a void that felt
Mm-hmm.
This
pain.
shit right here ain't it? This a logo.
Astrology is one of those things, and a lot of people didn't even
Yep.
understand what they were
All right.
dealing with when they got into astrology because they don't tell you about the demonic, like the demonic implications that come behind that. See, have you heard of Ephesians where they say we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against the principalities, the dominions, and the powers?
That's valid. That's
What
super
people
valid.
don't understand, what people don't understand about that is principalities, powers, and dominions are actually angels. They don't tell y'all that. When you understand what a principality is, it's an angel.
What? So
When
what
you
I'm supposed to
understand
put
what
for
a,
this?
dominion is or the
Real quick, what
deacon
I'm supposed
is,
to put
it's
for this?
an angel.
I feel like I'm everything. That's what this shit like this be throwing me
I
off.
can't
You are. Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying
what
it's
I was trying to tell
upside
you
down.
earlier. I was
Oh
like, you're
shit.
all the signs. Y'all are separating ourselves
It's still
and putting
upside down. You got it the
compartmentalizing ourselves into
wrong
like,
way.
oh, I'm a
Oh
Sagittarius.
fuck. I
No,
can't flip the
because like I
camera because I
said,
where I'm at.
I'm a Sag Sun and
Is
Sag
that it's
Rising,
basically asking me
but
where my
my
ancestors from. How the fuck I'm supposed to? You know what I'm saying? That's
I
what
gotta
no facts,
shit.
Malak,
I can't
facts.
see it right. I can't
it
yeah, I
basically it
This
can't
says
is
see
why
it
I
where
tell
your
you
right.
they're
ancestors
all the
from?
signs at
Africa,
once.
Asia, Europe, Middle East, North America, South America. I'm finna put all this shit because I'm a universal god. I'm everything. Fuck you talking about?
So you
You
have
really
to study
believe that,
that.
huh?
You have to study the
I
other
do,
side of
yeah.
astrology. You got to
No,
study the
bro.
Vedic.
My
You
ego
stop
free,
guessing.
bro. I'm not
Q,
You
attached
got
to
to study
nothing.
Q.
what is
Please.
I'm
Okay,
not attached
Q,
to nothing
Q,
sidereal,
physical.
Q,
which is the
Q.
Egyptian calendar. You know what
Q.
I'm saying?
You
A lot of
got
people
to
don't look at
just
the
stop
Egyptian
guessing,
calendar.
bro.
All right.
Stop guessing. You don't gotta guess when the answers are here. The answers
I
exist.
put Americas and Africa just in case. I don't know.
I finna send your ass to Africa. No, I'm just um but no, we can do that another day when you so I can actually like show you how to type that
I'm
stuff
gonna go
in.
through it though. I'm gonna see what I find out.
Yeah, I disagree with the
Records. Go no, you
ancestry.com
gotta
shit
go to
because I already know
records.
the
You don't
Yeah,
even
government.
gotta
I
deal
got
with that
records.
part. Go to
I fuck
records.
with ancestry.com. I can't fuck with them. No sir. No sir.
You don't like
Ancestry.com is
ancestry.com?
straight ops.
That's what I'm
Straight
saying.
ops.
So it ain't no
Straight
real
ops.
links. It ain't no real
Straight
No,
ops.
fucking.
it's not that. And look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I found some of my family records on
I'm not saying they
ancestry.com.
don't have no
It's
truth
not
in it. I'm just saying
no
they
no, it's
ops.
not about it being true. Not like records is coming from the county. Like it coming from the county. That's why when you go on those records and you see it,
Yeah, where my
it's
tit at?
talking about county records. Um yeah, it's not ancestry. See, people think ancestry is talking about DNA. No, this is just you searching birth records, marriage
So there's a
records. You
difference
know,
between ancestry.com and ancestrydna.com. That's what you're
yes,
saying? Okay. Okay.
yes,
My thing
yes.
is my dispute with that is honestly.
See, he on the wrong
But
website.
wait,
He want
before I even
DNA.
get through the website because I'm doing this shit, they making me my password and shit. But my thing is I I did history and I was in history classes. They our ancestors, from my knowledge, even if I know we came from kings and queens before slavery, but at the end of the day, a majority of them was lynched,
Here you
murdered,
go, heavy.
burned
You gotta
alive, all types of fuckery. So it's
But
like,
go
why
ahead,
would I
heavy.
all
believe
killed.
in the
Dog, cause remember,
documentation
hey, heavy.
of a
Before this
dispersed
cut off, cause
people?
I know it's gonna cut off soon. Go ahead and ask him the question you was asking him last time.
He
Cause,
loaded up.
cause we had a few bones to pick with you, Q, and we didn't get to finish. Go ahead, heavy.
Wait, which question? Give it to me. I'm
The
trying
Not
to.
which
kings and
one.
queens.
Oh, so everybody was kings and queens, right?
Not everybody, nigga. Of course, not everybody. It's chiefs and Indians, not everybody. But I say that for like I said, I be with the people. I just like to give people a different reference point than slavery, because a lot of your average black person just think, oh well, yeah, we was just slaves, and they think that's it. So I say we it was kings and queens, not all of us, of course.
Y'all don't find it ironic that everybody is a descendant of a king and a queen?
I don't believe that. I come from
Nobody,
kings and
nobody.
queens,
Nobody was
Listen,
but
nah,
I
nobody
like
just
nigga,
I
ancestor,
bro.
like to
Nobody
encourage
was
nobody
a
people.
ancestor
criminal.
was a
None of
thief.
these niggas was
Nobody
like
ancestor was a
stealing some
liar.
shit, militant.
Nobody, nobody,
I'm talking about they all royalty.
Nobody was a
Everybody
pizza maker.
royalty, huh?
everybody,
Everybody
Everybody was
everybody.
royalty.
royalty. Hey, fucking with Q, you gonna leave out with astrology and a motherfucking and a green card for Egypt.
Y'all
Nah,
tripping,
for
bro.
real. Everybody royal. Shit. We ain't need no slaves.
Everybody in the
You
club
finna
get tipsy. Goddamn
Not everybody gonna get to see.
it.
Yo,
you finna leave
nigga.
out with
Man,
the
I say
Egyptian
that shit all the
staff.
time. I be like, why when you go to a tarot reader, you're always some fucking royal person or some important person. You ain't never just a fucking baker. You're never just a fucking
Right?
regular fucking walker. Like what the fuck? You know, you couldn't have been a peasant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the royalty side on my side because of the bloodline that I was adopted into. But even with that, the reason why I got beef with my family that adopted me is because I'm a stolen child. I'm actually weaponized against the people I'm supposed to be saving because they wanted to keep me because they knew who the fuck I
Man, they trying to
was
make me pay
and
for
that
this
the
shit,
power that I
Ethereal. They
had
talking
in my
about $50.
bloodline would help them. You feel me? So once I
Do a
started
free
coming into the
trial.
truth,
Nigga.
it was like, oh hell no. Nah. And I started coming into the truth around 23, when I was 23
Do
years old.
you live in America, right?
Who me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in Texas. I'm out here in Houston.
Oh.
Yeah, but I'm not. But this the crazy thing. I'm not native to this land.
That
I'm
boy Big
actually
X
not
the
native to
plug
this
putting
land.
y'all on game right
I
now,
Wait,
deal
boy.
wait, hold up,
better
hold
and
up.
I work
You
better
said
with foreigners
you
than I do with my own people, which
hold
is
up.
crazy.
I can hear you. You said you indigenous to where?
I'm not from this land. You know what I'm saying? The
What land you
cover
from? That's what
story
I'm saying.
the cover story is I was born in Maryland. My actual history and my bloodline. If it wasn't for my son, I would have never known. My mom dropped hints all the time. My mom worked for the CIA. You feel me? So like she was a part of the program of stealing adopted children. She was the one that was like tearing down all these cults that were in America. I come from overseas. I come from the Middle East. I'm Middle Eastern, which is African. You feel me? Not American, but African. My children are American, but
You
I'm
see
not.
how
My
he
daughter
has
has more roots
he
and
has Native
more
American
claim to the
phenotypes
than him.
though. Your
You
phenotype
see
is
what I'm
Native
saying?
American or
How
American
you just
Who,
gonna
Indian.
say
mine?
that? How you
Huh?
gonna say that?
Cause look at him.
How
He
you
Mine?
gonna
looks
say
like a
that?
No,
Native
no.
American.
Mine
He's
is
golden
strictly. Mine is
skin. The
definitely Saudi
golden skin
Arabian.
is an American Indian phenotype unless you
Nah,
Ethiopian
bro. I'm Saudi. I
or
look like you
Arabian.
niggas, but I'm not you niggas. I turned from the faction and I fuck with y'all than I do with them because I know the elite. That's why I'm able to tell y'all what the fuck's about to happen.
Even your hair
I'm
texture.
actually I'm literally look at my hair texture. This is
It's
what
that
it is when
texture.
it's like when I pick it out. But look at it, it's straight. When I wet it, it curls up. I'm a mutt. I am Ethiopian. My mother is Ethiopian from actual Ethiopia. My father is Saudi. My father is Fayed. Like I didn't want to believe this shit, but he's Fayed. If y'all don't know who Dodi Fayed is, that's the nigga that was fucking Princess Diana. Like it's dead ass serious, and my family covered it up because they adopted me. I come from a family of 9 children. All of us were adopted, as in they were stolen. And the time that I was adopted, and me and Malada have talked about this a lot. Around that time that I was born, if you were a mixed breed child, because of the religion that you were a part of, they killed you. My parents gave me up for adoption because of the fact that they were a government and I was supposed to be a wedlock child that was not supposed to be born. You see what I'm saying? I'm a bastard child for real. So like I had to study astrology. I
Ethereal, send
had
me
to
some
study
money,
my
nigga.
blood. I had to study all this genealogy. I look like you niggas,
Fuck
but I
wrong with
am
you.
literally
This why niggas
Palestinian.
don't know their genealogy. They can't afford
You
this
feel
shit.
me?
Oh,
Like
so
I
all a
like
nigga got,
The
I
all a
don't
nigga
fuck?
got
I
to do
just
is pay
fuck with you niggas
$60. He
like
can
for
know his
real.
whole genealogy, huh?
Hey, bro,
My
they
whole
talking about 60 a
genealogy is
month.
different. I'm O negative
Shit.
for one.
Shit,
So,
nigga.
I'm a pure African for real.
Do
But
a free trial and keep making new Yahoo pages.
So now you
like
encouraging
dead
me to
ass, I'm a
scam.
pure African for
So
real.
look at
And
you.
it's
Look
just
at
like I'm just
y'all.
waiting on my people to be like, yeah, we didn't know that you knew, but I'm just like, yeah, of course I figured it out because God is gonna make everything right. My children are the ones that I'm worried about because they're the
Yeah.
ones that are born in America. and they have actual land. My daughter has more generations that are alive than I do. My daughter's fifth generation Seminole. My daughter comes from Florida. Her whole family is Jamaican and Haitian, but they've been in Florida for like the last 60 something years. She's fifth generation on her side. My son is El Salvadorian and Palestinian. When you add my blood in, he's Saudi Arabian and Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? My dad is literally Saudi Arabian and Egyptian. Like, and not Egyptian American like Kemet. I mean Egyptian from the Middle East. And the more that I've stayed to myself and understood what was going on and what
He's
my
in
mom was
polygamy,
telling me,
baby.
my mom worked for the British family. Like she worked for Queen Elizabeth and them. My mom is 85. She just had her birthday, what, 5 days ago? My mother is 85, and she's now finally telling me the secrets. And now she's starting to break it down. I'm sitting here like, so what, y'all stole me? And she was just like, I rescued you. But my
So you
mother
like
was the
Moses,
one.
nigga?
No, it's hell, bro. It's hell, nigga. This shit is hell. But
Yeah.
this is why I do what I do, because it's like a lot of y'all don't understand the Masons, Freemasonry, all that shit, the secret societies and shit. A lot of y'all come from that and don't know it. And the reason why y'all don't know it is because they want to keep their power and they use y'all for life insurance policies and they sacrifice y'all. That's why they do that shit. A lot of y'all don't have nothing to do with that shit. Y'all are indigenous to this fucking land. And if y'all figured it out and y'all studied y'all's genealogy, y'all have to go up there and fight for that shit by knowing what to say legally. Y'all would own half this land. This is why they did North Carolina the way they
Real
just did
shit.
it. Like, this is the real reason why they do this shit. Because y'all don't know that North Carolina is your fucking land. Y'all don't know that
Real
Texas is
shit.
your fucking land.
That's why
You
I
don't
like
belong over here.
genealogy a lot.
You know
Honestly,
what I'm
I
saying?
really
I
do.
went to Dubai. I went to Dubai when I was what, 20,
Q, you hate
24. I was 22
genealogy.
years
No, I
old.
don't, bro, because I know
These
it
niggas knew who
entitles
the
us
fuck
to
I was
land,
before I
and we got
did.
to get these niggas off our land. But that's why
No,
I'm
for
more so
real.
even further than that. I'm into astrology because you can use astrology. My girl, naturally, she 3-6. Thank you, baby. You hold me down because they trying me. She know what time it
No,
is.
They
She
I
a
understand.
crying,
visionary
Hey,
with
baby.
me.
I understand. I
But
feel like all of
but
us is
but
amongst
what
we
I'm
amongst
saying is
family right
though,
now.
we have to learn how to use it because we don't really have the luxury to waste no type of time right now. Really, I'm fucked up
But
being
bro,
on here,
look,
but
look, this
I
the
know I'm
thing
with
though. But
y'all
this the
brothers, so
thing.
I
You
sit and
know,
talk.
okay, look. So we got to think about what we leaving behind to our kids, right?
Exactly. A
And
good man leaves
since
an
we're
inheritance to his children's children.
but look though, you gotta understand in this. If you have to leave a story behind for them to follow.
Man, if
In
we
your
broke,
story,
then what story they following?
you talking about look, bro, look, listen, bro, you build wealth. You too worried about like money ain't everything.
I feel like
Because
that.
guess what? If you built your own, you can get rid of money.
Yeah,
That's the
that but niggas
point, bro.
not ready
Like,
for that though. Ethereal.
but
That's
you
some
keep
Pisces
saying that,
energy
but how
shit.
you
That's
know
La
they
La
ain't
Land.
ready? They ain't ready because they don't know what story to follow. They don't know they people. They look, bro.
You got to create a
I
story though.
Q. You got like I don't I don't understand how you looking at astrology with such googly eyes,
It's
but you not
beautiful.
looking at genealogy. Like astrology, you didn't create the stars. You didn't pick them. You didn't pick how many was gonna be in the sky. Nothing, right?
You
And you
can't count them
accept
either.
that
It's too many. It's abundance.
exactly. But okay, that's cool. But you understand that concept that they existed before you, and you know that those star alignments help with who you are today. Meaning that played a part in your personality. Your ancestors do as well. So to know astrology but not your people, that's that's counterproductive.
I feel you,
That's
but
all
what
I'm
I
saying.
guess
It's
what I
okay, but
was
look,
saying to answer my
but
boy's
it's okay.
That's
point
the Virgo
is
shit
that
right there.
we have to start to build wealth as me right now. Like, yeah, what my granddad did was cool because if my granddad was work, and my granddad and my dad left me some good money, God bless them. But what I'm saying is that's what you're supposed to do. And if it wasn't for them, I would have probably been real fucked up right now. So all glory to my ancestry, especially the ones that's still alive feeding me today. But at the end of the day, what am I gonna do for my kids? And yes, I need to
Right.
tell
You
them the
gotta
story
you gotta
about their
give them
grandfather.
okay, think
But
about this. Think about this.
okay,
You're not understanding this. If you pass down this black shit to your kids, you're
I'm
doing
not
them a
passing that shit
disservice.
down. Come on
If you
now.
pass down this Moorish shit to your kids,
I'm not
you're doing
passing
them a
that shit down
disservice.
either.
What you gonna pass down to them
A
then?
whole lot of money, some gold, some inheritance, some land. some knowledge, some principles,
You
their
understand
astrology.
that money not that, but that money is not going to do them justice if
Yes,
they
the
don't
hell it
know who
is.
they are, because
Everything going
you got
digital, bro.
to, you're
Dollar is
not,
like
oh,
obsolete.
How
You
money?
ain't up
So
with
if
these
if so
times
if
right
your
now.
mama or your daddy
Dinars
left
coming
you a
into
house,
play.
you wouldn't be grateful, and you don't think that'll do
no, I'm
something for
not
you?
saying that. What I'm saying is that if you were left money by your ancestors, right, and they, let's just say they had a farm, a business or something,
Hmm.
knowing that will actually do you justice, because you can invest in a business to keep it going, as
Apparently,
opposed
they
to
didn't do that though, because I don't have no business. I gotta make a business.
no,
What do the
I'm
stars
talking
say
to,
about you leaving your kids a house?
That's in the Helios Biblios, the Holy Bible, the Sun Book. They tell you that a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children's children. So I follow them. That's when I use the
it
Bible,
ain't
and I think
money.
it's effective.
It ain't always money though.
Yeah, it don't have to be money, but
How
at the
about you
same
leave
time,
them
it
with a
needs to be
plan?
something that allows
Okay,
them to live a good life. Of course, it don't have to be money, but I need to leave them a damn good hut or some damn good information that they can utilize so they can
Not a
thrive and
hut.
they don't have to struggle.
he
They
said
shouldn't
a
have to
hut,
struggle like I
y'all.
struggle. That's the whole point of being a parent. You a sorry ass parent if your child struggle just like you struggle, and you don't. If your child don't have it no better than you
A hundred
trash
percent.
as a parent.
Wait a minute.
You
Time out.
failed.
Whoa. What if it's in the star? What if it's in the stars for them to
Nigga, that's
struggle?
not how the stars work, nigga. Don't be weird.
Oh, that
That's
ain't
not
how the
Oh,
how the
stars
they
stars
work.
like that.
work. Don't be
They do
weird.
work like that.
No, that's not
No,
how the
they
stars
do
work,
work
bro.
like that.
There's no
Oh,
star
really?
alignment that says bum. There's not one alignment. There's not a bum seas. There's a Pisces. There's not a bum seas, nigga. There's
Oh,
no alignment
there's
that make you
so
homeless.
there's stars that tell you about being rich but not being poor.
Come on now.
No,
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 talk to me. Talk to
nigga,
me.
Hey,
what? That's not even the
hey,
same
no
thing.
cap.
No, but you just said that there's no Roxies, but there's Pisces. Like I'm trying to figure it out.
What I'm
You're
saying
basically
is,
saying it's not written in the stars for nobody to struggle,
Hell no, that ain't true.
but yet people struggle, and the stars can't answer that. But
Eighth
it can answer
house,
all this stuff about you. It can tell you about your life path, but it can't tell you in your path was struggle.
eighth house, second house, 12th house. Come on now.
thank you,
Is that
thank
what you're
you,
saying?
thank you. Preach to him.
No,
Appreciate
no,
you.
he not. No, he
No, I'm not
Sage
preaching.
not on your
I'm
side.
telling you, like it talks about both, like misfortune, all of that is in there. Cause let's use me as an example. I got second house Capricorn. I'm a Taurus moon in Vedic,
Break it down
so
to
I
him.
should be wealthy as fuck.
Hurry
I
up
should
before
be
you lose
wealthy as
focus.
fuck
Hurry
right
up
now.
before you lose
You
focus.
feel me? But all my inheritance comes from my eighth house, which is where my Chiron is at. So I can't even tap into my inheritance without other people. You see what I'm saying? Because
Thank
I need
you.
other people to
Thank
push me
you.
that route.
Thank
But
you.
if I'm not aware of understanding astrology, let's say I never looked into astrology because I didn't have the crazy ass life that I had, right? And I just followed Jesus all my life. 9 times out of 10, I'm still going to have to go through a period of struggling, which is not explained to death unless you understand what astrology is for. Most billionaires have an astrologer.
Facts.
Most people don't
All
know that.
billionaires
They
are
have,
into astrology. All rich, wealthy people are into
but
astrology.
that's
Period.
because they have to be
Period.
told when to move money here due to whatever placements and whatever planetary embodiments are in
If
their
you're
houses.
trading,
You
you
see what I'm
study
saying?
Fibonacci. All traders study Fibonacci because the number 8 represents money. So they trade on the 88. So all trades they know money always gonna jump on 88. So they always, if you study Fibonacci, they watch the swirl. Every time an
But
88
here's the
comes, they
thing.
know
But
that's
here's the
when they
thing.
need to
But
pull. They need to either
there's a
sell or buy.
counterbalance to that.
Huh?
There's a counterbalance to that, and I'm gonna explain it to you because you just did a great number. You used 88. All right, 88 in Kabbalah for Black folks is negative, and that's why they use Black people to do their rituals. Because 88. Let me think. What was the last hurricane that we had? What the one that hit Tampa? I don't know if it was the Tampa one or the one that was in North Carolina. 88 was it was in that with gematria and shit. So it's like
Then where Heavy
most
go? He
people have
mad.
certain.
Heavy mad.
Nah, his phone probably died. But
Nah, he
what
got
I'm
salty
saying
because
was,
we was proving his astrology. That
when it
astrology
comes
is
to
fire.
astrology can tell you where certain placements in your life would bring you mass wealth and mass fortune, but it also can tell you
Beat
you
me
may
back
not
over
be
here.
mass fortunate with wealth and things like that. See, for me, if I become wealthy automatically, I end up dying. You see what
No,
I'm
that's not
saying?
what
So
happened. Don't get it twisted.
it's
Nah, you got salty,
Sage
nigga.
is proof. No, Sage is proving my point because
No,
see
he's
like
what you're
not.
saying is No, he
And
is, because you
I
just
really
said
am though. I really
you
am because stars,
you just said nowhere in the stars does it prove that you have to struggle. Does it talk
right?
about riches and being poor? You said the stars don't deal with that, but yet you can
I
go
didn't
in
say
the
that.
same breath
I did
and
not
say,
say that. I did not say
yeah,
that.
you did. And
No,
then
I did
and
not
then
say
you
that.
said,
No, I did
but then
not
you
say
talk
that.
about life path. Well, if it ain't explaining my life, what is it explaining?
All I'm
No,
saying
life
from
path is
astrology,
hard.
what
I'm
I
a
understood
CEO.
is
I'm a life path number
astrology.
8. Life path number 8 is CEO. That means I put people together, and life path number 8 is go through trauma, and that allows them to it's some other shit. I ain't super deep into life path, but I
Okay.
know I'm the CEO, and that means I'm supposed to organize people
Here's
and
my thing
businesses.
though. My
I'm
thing
meant to be a
is
business owner. That's my life
astrology.
path.
So you a
Astrology on
CEO.
Yes, and I'm
astrology,
literally a
You a
CEO
C.
in real life.
but astrology on a
So
basic level. Listen, astrology on a basic level, to me, from what I've understood about it, is literally if you want to know how the matrix works, follow astrology, because it'll
Thank
tell
you.
you exactly how they're controlling you.
Hello.
If you want to go against that, then you follow the astrology for information, but you do the opposite of what they tell you. And when you do the opposite of what they tell you, that's when you actually become the most powerful being of yourself and understand mastery of self. They
You
don't
can't really
teach
be an
that.
ascended master and shit and a real master teacher without tapping into astrology a little bit. Not unless you can be a financial coach,
That I
but for
agree
you to
with.
really be elite, you got to tap into astrology a little bit.
That I agree with because I was taught this shit as a child. I just didn't know what I was being taught. I've been studying the stars since I was like 2 years old. I just never knew that
okay,
what I was
so
being taught. But once I started understanding what I was being taught, and then it went against my beliefs personally, and then I started looking more deep into it. Like I said, there's a high positive vibe with astrology, but there's also a dark side that nobody wants to talk about. The deacons, all of that shit deals with King